There we go. That should work. What is this thing doing? Stop. Hang on. I have to fix the game thing because it's being weird. Admittedly, the game thing's been being weird this whole time, so. Alright. We gonna be chill? Everybody gonna be chill? Okay. My mouse is being a little weird, but that's okay. I can just turn it down slightly. Alright. Options. Subtitles, death hints, crosshair, default. I kinda wanna put on dev commentary. Like, we're at a point where I feel like putting on dev commentary is fun. All right, square is no longer visible. Okay, yeah, that works. Input. Sound. Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna play on normal because I would like to not dive directly back into an old game and get my ass kicked. Oh. As much as— oh, please don't crash. Come on, game. Are we gonna be chill?
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is I am Daniel.
Oh boy, crunchy noises. Oh, that is a throwback. Oh. Oh, holy cow. Oh, it's been a minute. Wowzers. That is, woo! We got that motion blur going. What is this? What are you? Oh my god! The dev stuff is—
Hi, my name
Ooh.
is Tumas, and I'm one of the co-founders of Original Games. I worked with engine code, gameplay code, design, and many other things for Amnesia. In my commentaries, I will mainly focus on the design behind the different parts of the game. I hope you'll enjoy them.
This is adorable! Oh, this is such an addition to the gameplay. Oh. Can I pick up the candle? Oh, I don't have any tinder boxes. Yeet. Yeet. Alright. Oh, now I have to remember what I'm supposed to do in this game, and that's gonna be fun. That's yoink. Okay, can I turn the motion blur down? I would like to turn the motion blur down, please. It is much. Motion blur? Motion blur? How do you turn motion blur down? Radial blur? I think image trail is gonna be what I want to turn down. Let's— ah, okay, much improved. There we are. Because as much as I love how cool motion blur is as a concept, it makes me really fucking dizzy. Alright, well, we aren't going that way, that's for sure. Man, I have not played this game in so long. Oh, the first time I played this game was just before I started streaming, so that was 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago. Wow.
The name of this level is Rainy Hall, and it's supposed to be a combination of atmosphere setter and tutorial for the player. We wanted the player to start the game in a slow way so they could settle in and get used to how the game works. Amnesia is not a game with constant action happening all the time, and we wanted to have a constrained map where the player gets used to this. The only thing you need to do is to follow the track and get to the end of the level. Also, following tracks is something that becomes very useful in later levels, so we try to teach players this from the start.
This is so cool. Oh, the developer commentary is probably the best addition that they could have given me. Oh, this is so good. Whoa, whoa. Okay, we're falling. Why are we falling? Please stop that. Hey, dude. Don't die. You die, we can't do the rest of the game. Yoink. God, y'all remember when Amnesia custom maps became a thing? Huh. That was... Wow, that was a long time ago. Oh, okay. I guess not. Door said no. Got it. I haven't played this in so long. And now we have developer commentary to... Thanks. To go with it. Ah, this is so good. Tinderbox. Why don't I just take the shirt? Like, the dude seems like he's cold. Oh, look at the reflections! Look at how cool that looks! Can I read that? No? Okay. Yes, can I help you? Wow, guys. The first time I played this was literally a decade ago. And it was right before I started streaming, back when I was a cam streamer, back when I actually had my face up here instead of being a VTuber. And honestly, I played this at 3 in the morning for, God, 2, 3 days? 4 days? A while. Let's just go with a while. And it was probably the scariest experience of my life beyond Slender. And that's saying something. Slender, I screamed. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure I still have that footage. Like, that footage still exists somewhere. I screamed so loud. Why are we... Stop shaking the entire castle. That's just rude. And like, they're like, use a tinderbox. Fuck no. I'm keeping these. I know for a fact there's dark-ass places that I'm gonna need these. The water monster was probably the scariest thing I had ever encountered. Oh, okay. Ooh. Whee! Where are we going? Besides, like, literally every direction. I do. I need a phoenix like that other game. Man. This is an utter blast from the past. I'm here for this. This is... I streamed this originally before I was, as one of my viewers so aptly put it, ovaries of steel. And, I remember it being a whole thing. Side note, the way you can tell if one of these dudes is gonna be a problem is if their head doesn't come off. Why are we... Is it because I'm in the dark? Are you upset because I'm in the dark? Yeah, he's upset because I'm in the dark. Even though we can see, but, you know, whatevs. You can also fling all the things, and I can appreciate that. Okay. This one is a room, so I'm gonna go in there next after I open this. To see if there's a tinderbox. Because I'm just gonna collect tinderboxes like my life depends on it, because it kinda does. Hello? Okay, rude. Luckily, there wasn't anything in there. They're like, use a tinderbox. No, I will not. You give me a lamp and I'll consider it. This is so cool. So, fun fact that I really don't share all that often is that all of my game maps in my course where I was making, you know, literal game design, etc., they were based on Amnesia. Like, pretty much all of them, you can take a look and be like, oh, yeah, I can see that. Because my brain immediately went, well, Oh, games think about it. There we go. Every once in a while the game's like, am I gonna crash? I don't know. It's like, can you not? What if you didn't? The dev commentary is just the coolest shit. Oh my gosh.
This is one of the first levels that we created for the game, and it was initially part of the archives level, which we will reach in a bit. Amnesia started out with a pretty different design, and when we redesigned it, the maps did not fit. This caused us to split them up and scatter them out. So in the first design, after this corridor, the archives level was supposed to follow, and the room lying there now was built much later. In fact, the first designs did not have Daniel waking up with an amnesia at all, and it was actually added later on. In the first story draft, Daniel still had hidden memories, but he was unaware of this at the start of the story. However, as we redesigned things, we found the waking up with amnesia thingy, although a bit cliché, much more fitting.
It's cliche, but it works. I mean, sounds good to me. Yeet. Oh, hello. Spooky shit makes your brain freak out. Got it. Go get a torch. This one I will use a flint for, cause can you look, we're in the light. Can you maybe chill? Alright. This dude freaks out at the slightest thing and it's really funny. Unsettling events. You mean like air? Cause I feel like that was air. That literally just blew a door open. Like, we could perhaps chill. Hey, tinderbox. Okay. So there's bugs. Also something we could probably chill. Look, dude, it's okay. All we have to do is close the door. The bugs are now stuck in there. And we are now in the light. All is well. And Daniel's like, no, all is not well. What is wrong with you? And it's like, that's a long answer, my man. Can I please have my oil lamp? Ah. Look! It's my favorite item! Alright, let me make sure there's nothing interesting to pick up before this man panics.
Hi there, my name is Luis Rodero. I'm mostly the tool programmer, level scripter at times, and perhaps the main reason why the rest of the core team at fictional games is pretty much forced to speak English at our internal meeting, as I am the only non-Swede here. Now, what a Spaniard is doing with a bunch of Swedish guys is a whole different story than what we're discussing today. By the way, I will be talking mostly about tools and scripting. Hope you like it.
That kills me. Yeah, I'm the reason that the team has to speak English. Here, do you need some light so you can chill? Okay, here you go.
The editors themselves went through a lot of design changes during the development. Not that many in visual appeal as in internal stuff, like data structures and handling. This happened mostly because at the beginning we only knew the basic stuff that needed to be in them, and as they grew in features and functionality, they started to kind of fall apart, mostly due to my big lack of previous experience in projects like this. Right now, aloud, what the hell still sounds in my head when I look at some parts of the code, but I'm still proud of them. They can also get a bit buggy at times, but hopefully this won't happen again in the future. And I already got some nice ideas for the next iteration of the tool.
Okay, so this is actually the director commentary. This is the dev team commentary. There's not a narrator. This is the dev team telling us about developing the game. And it's probably one of the coolest things that we have gotten access to, and I love it a lot. The very first time I played, there was no way I would have turned that on because I would be like, but I'm trying to avoid the monsters! Oh, I can take that out and not just... I mean, I guess. But now, of course, it is a decade later, and I feel like I can probably have the director's commentary on because we have plenty of playthroughs of Amnesia without, you know, like where people are doing the big running, screaming thing. And I can walk through and play, hey, let's listen to the... Okay. Hey, let's listen to the devs and what they have to say.
Hello everyone, my name is Mikael, and I'm the writer for Amnesia, The Dark Descent. I think we can all feel the story kick-starting as we finish the letter from Daniel. The game itself is just filled with confusion, and I think we're really doing the player a service keeping it simple in the beginning. Basically try to take your revenge on Alexander. That is the premise of the game. You don't really need to dive any deeper than that, but hoping that the player will care about the story, they have the entire game in front of them to decide if they think killing Alexander is justified or not.
So, most of the dev team is from Sweden, and then you have the one man who is from Spain.
9th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there'll be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
This dude is really just out here like, no, it's fine. It's fine, I forgot on purpose. And the rest of us are like, okay, but now we're stuck here with your decisions. Like, did you think this one through, my man? Look at how cool this is. Ah. Look at how cool this is. I love this game so much. Oh. Oh. Why is my lamp out? Hey, hold up. Did I run out of oil? Inventory. Hang on. I just gotta remember what my inventory button is. Let me, hang on. What is my inventory button? Tab. Okay. Do you need me to... I did run out of oil. Oh, buddy, that sucks. Oh, well. The good news is, it doesn't really bother me. It bothers him. It doesn't really bother me. It's a whole thing. Alright. Here we go. Here's how to run. Me. Oh, great. That seems like a great idea. I love that it kind of pauses the game while we listen to the devs talk.
Hello, my name is Mark Nikander. I'm a 3D artist and level creator at Fictional Games. I started out as a helper during Penumbra Overture, and I was finally hired as a full-time artist in the later part of Penumbra Black Plague.
Whoa, okay, ow, right.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
This man sounds so angry. Like, bro, can you maybe chill? Hey, Pengear. Look at all this cool different... just look... ooh. Just... ooh. I just love it a lot. This game is just so well done, and like... I know it's a decade old... well, more than a decade old at this point. But it just makes me really happy. It's a blast from the past. Ooh, are we gonna get another The Door Says No? Damn, alright. Chill. Door says no. Got it. Man.
The entrance hall was first shown in our first gameplay trailer, and while the layout hasn't changed much, the details certainly have. We build our levels from sets of pieces, in this case, the custom-based set. While the carefully planned set pieces made level building very easy, the levels became very similar and we had to make special pieces to the levels. Now, 1.5 years later, the special pieces make up about half of the pieces in the custom-based set, and we made changes to incorporate these objects into the earlier levels. An example of this can be seen if you compare the hole in the roof now with the one from the first trailer. The new roof was made in the middle of the project when we built level 9 back hall. A special version was made to give the roof hole in the entrance hall more depth and detail.
This is so cool. Like, they're legitimately telling us all about the assets and which ones are base stock assets and which ones are ones that they made themselves. It's just, oh, it's so cool.
Scattered throughout the game, you can see some signs written in Latin. The reason for using it is that it was considered a language of culture and science, as most scientific and philosophy authors wrote their works and treatises in it. As we are dealing with a castle dwelt by a pretty smart guy that has been around since the Renaissance period, Latin all around the place was something we should expect. Being the only guy in the team that had a direct contact with Latin in high school, to be more precise, well, it was kind of logical that any translation to be done would have my name on it. Translating stuff into Latin was kind of strange and fantastic to do. At first I had a classic Latin dictionary, so if I had to translate any modern term, I would have to track its etymology down to the Latin equivalent, or look for a synonym or similar expression that had a direct translation. Then I had the luck to come across some dictionary for modern stuff online that addressed most of this stuff for a huge lot of terms, so it couldn't have come in a better time. Some days I would have Sebastian dropping a list of 9 or so entries to be translated, and before finding this dictionary, it was quite a lot of work. On a side note, we even had a choose your Latin poll on a couple entries, just to pick the one that sounded better for everyone. Results were pretty unanimous, by the way. For some final words on this, I must confess that, while I was pretty good at this in high school, that was like 15 years ago. So right now I'm not 100% sure translations are correct at all, but I took the time to make them at least plausible. So my apologies go in advance to any Latin guru up there playing the game, as I myself get on the verge of losing my temper when I see stuff like this obviously made up.
This dude's just like, yeah, I took Latin in high school, and so now I'm in charge of all of the Latin in the game. Like, bro, fucking imagine. That would be like putting me in charge of the French translations for a game. Oh, goodness. Which, like, I've kept up fairly well on my French. I can understand. Whoa. What are we looking at? I have no idea what we're supposed to be looking at. Anyways. Can I get a hammer? Crowbar? Something? Spooky.
If you haven't followed our development blog back when it started, you might have missed one of the biggest changes in our production pipeline. 2 years back, we started a toolset side project to ease and speed up the creation of content for the game. I'd say the level editor, which is what we, or more specifically James, Mark and Marco, have used to build all the halls and corridors you are working through right now, is the big start of the pack. Its workings in a nutshell, while all the models and assets are actually made in software like Maya or Blender, everything geometry-wise in the levels is put together in it. Then lighting and sweet details like decals and fog are added in. While this approach might sound simple, really nice stuff can come out from it, as you can see in the game.
So this is actually going to be a much longer playthrough of Amnesia than, well, most anybody would usually do, because we're going to be listening to Tabularium. We're going to be listening to the dev commentary the whole way through. And it's probably one of my favorite things. Okay, so there's the archives. What's down here? Oh, a tinderbox. Hang on. Gotta get my mouse to it. There we go. And a box we can't get to. Alrighty. So we know where the archives are. We know the laboratory's downstairs. And well, that's some noises, that's for sure. Look, this is just so good. We're just hopping back a decade for a minute. It's chill. So the wine cellar and the laboratory are down here. I have vague memories of both of those places being terrifying, but we're gonna go anyways. I mean, honestly, what else are we gonna do? Oh, I need a key. Because if I want to get to the rest of the dev commentary, I gotta keep playing the game. Okay, chill, bud. You can have your lantern. You're good. What? Yep. Alright, I'm gonna go turn on a light over by the dev icon so that I can hear it and not have this dude go insane.
The particle editor is also a fine part of the tool bundle, and it is what we use to create particle effects for maps and events. We use particles to do nice effects like the flames in torches and the smoke that comes out from them.
The torches.
All we have to do is add one or more particle emitters, set up some parameters like starting position and speed, and all sorts of fadings in size, color, or speed. It's funny how you can simulate all kinds of effects with such simple elements. I very much recommend you to try it yourself.
Okay, I can actually confirm that particle effects are really fun to play with. Like that was probably one of my favorite assignments that I got while I was working on some of my VFX classes. Ah. So can confirm, absolutely love the VFX that have been used in this because it looks, I mean, honestly, very similar to the ones that I was able to make in my classes. And that was very satisfying. Can I get up there? Hit. Haha! Just gotta be smarter than the system. Let me toss some oil in the lamp here. Glub glub. Let's rock and roll. Just make sure I'm not gonna get killed by anything down here, you know. Oh, that one doesn't open. I'm trying to open the lid, but instead I'm just getting the entire box, which is very funny. Oh, a note. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken a toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Oh fuck, the water monster! We actually had a hint that the water monster was coming. No!
In early concepts, this was meant to be a sort of wine testing room and directly connected to the wine cellar. The reason for the whole wine testing thing was that we planned on having more laboratories in Vale levels, so a lab here as well felt kind of strange. Then things changed and only one lab was left in the design, so we changed the name to laboratory instead. The whole wine testing facility that could make dangerous acid always felt kind of strange anyways.
Packerfrid, that is actually pretty much the reason that we are running this right now. Is it is a good throwback, and also I never listened to the dev commentary either, and it really deserves a good listen to. Ooh, outright.
There should be more coop rats.
Okay.
Let me see. And one part aquaforce.
Oh, that is bright. Oh, that is bright. But yeah, I never gave the dev commentary a listen either, and I absolutely love it. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lacked the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cuprite blends them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis, in hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acidic and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Side note, I love the fact that they put like this purple-ish glow on things. It's probably one of my other favorite parts. I can't believe they literally told us the water monster was coming. And I didn't look down the first time I played. Oh, that is painful. That is... oh, past me. Oh, that is painful. Oof. That's rough. That is rough. But I love hearing about them making the particle effects and being like, yeah, originally we were working with the base castle pack, but then we needed other things, so we made them ourselves. And it's like, I feel that on an emotional level, my man. But I am loving the developer commentary on this. This is just spectacular. Seriously, the sound design is so good. I have a feeling it has to do with placement of the sounds and or placement of the player. But I'm very excited to hear about it from the devs themselves. This is the... nothing. This is the nothing. It does not get a name. Good luck. Old Archive says no thank you. Alright. Did I try the archives upstairs? I'm gonna try this door first because I know that's where they want me to go. And so I'm like, fine, I'll do it. Ooh, ooh.
This is one of the many hub levels in the game. And this is a design concept that we started out with in Penumbra. The idea is to give the player some freedom on where to go, but at the same time give a clear objective. In this level, the slime obstacle is a thing that the player needs to get past, and all other levels then have things needed to do so. The slime itself is one of the few puzzles left from the initial designs, and the one I'm probably the least proud of. Now that slime appears all around, it feels a bit forced that you need to have a potion on the slime. Many testers also complained that they wanted other options in getting rid of the slime, like burning it. However, creating a potion is the central theme for these hubs, so we had to let it be. I don't think it's that bad, but we probably could have redesigned it if we had the time.
I actually really enjoy it. Honestly, the concept of, hey, you have to make a potion to get rid of this, is really clever. Because it's like, hey, you're following exactly what was said in the notes. We're gonna go check out the archives first before I head back to the laboratory. And then there's this door, for which I need a crowbar, which I don't think I'm gonna get. I don't remember if I got a crowbar the first time, but that was also 10 years ago. That's a long time ago for me to remember. I don't quite have that yet. I'm sure that I will gain some more memories of this as I play. But, whew. Oh, crunchy. And even if you got a crowbar, you would immediately set it down. This is not a hidden object game, luckily. It's a horror game. So you're standing in the light, you're fine. Librari. Fair enough, man. I can't actually argue with that. Hey, you can open things. I mean, yeah, I'm walking around like the world's worst poltergeist, leaving every single drawer behind me open.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, The dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
You want to know why the pyramids are still in place? Couldn't put them in a bag, take them back to the British Museum. Oh, man, oh man. This was also during the time when Mummy Brown was a thing. Yeah, we're gonna just grind up mummies and put them in paints. And we're gonna, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Hang on a second, let me light this. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. Colonialism! This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court, and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break the seal. Wilhelm, House of Garrick. I will say, 10 years ago was still definitely a time before I'd really gotten into the fact that I was like, oh shit, yeah, I guess my ancestors were Swedish, etc. So I should probably know how to pronounce a couple of these things.
To finish this little overview of our tools, I must mention the material editor, available both standalone and built into the other editor. The program itself is very simple to use. You have some material types defined by the engine, and you can throw in textures to be used for diffuse, normal maps, height maps, as well as some variables to control specific parameters for a material type. When I was writing it, I could just stare while the preview model rotated around itself and the parallax mapping effect was on when testing, just for fun.
So my real first name is actually Andrea, which is very funny because it is the Swedish pronunciation. But here in America, I get a lot of Andrea or Andrea, and it has been a thing for the entirety of my life.
Another piece of the toolset is the model editor, used to create the entities you are interacting with while playing. Basically, we take a model and set up some parameters like physical bodies, joints, and user-defined variables. We can also attach sub-entities to them, like lights, particle systems. When an entity is finally set up, it is ready to be placed in a level using the level editor. Examples of entities here are doors, lamps, most furniture, curtains.
Honestly, they did a really good job working with what they had at the time, because 10 years ago was long before we immediately had, look, a texture pack that I can just start placing. And they did a really good job of being like, okay, well, we're gonna make this so you can pick it up. Like, look at how well that's done. That's just really awesome. I like it a lot. Wait, hold up. The upholstery on this chair and the upholstery on that chair are different, and they're in the same room, so that doesn't seem right, but oh well. Hello? Anybody in here? Can I read that? No? I know! Frictional Games just did such an amazing job. They really just took one look at what they were doing and went, you know, we did a pretty good job on our other games, which, by the way, absolutely terrifying. The Penumbra series is so well done. And I absolutely recommend it as a game if you want to play, like, a decade ago's worth of horror games. Play Penumbra. That thing is so scary.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
It seems like a you problem, my man. These people that I don't know how to speak their language are scared. I should yell at them. Hang on, my ears are getting cut off and I don't know quite why. Hang on. Let me just... There we go. Okay, the tips of my ears were getting cut off and it was bothering me. But no, Daniel's like, I'm gonna yell at these people whose language I don't understand. And then get mad when they seal me inside a chamber that I've told them they have to open anyways.
This level was changed a lot, and I think it's one of the most tweaked levels that we got. Not only was it part of the big archives level that we had to split up, but it was also hard to get it engaging enough. The problem here is that we don't have any sort of fun mechanic that we rely on to make the game engaging. Instead, we rely on story, atmosphere, and environment. This is true for many other levels and the game as a whole, but these were kind of one of the larger levels that we made, and also one that didn't have much puzzles and such. So when testing it, we quickly get bored with it, and we wanted to add more spooky events to spice it up. But then later on, testing proved that these events weren't that necessary, and we also felt that they were a bit lame and not fitting, so we decided to remove them. Then the back part of the level, we wanted to make that a more linear experience, with the current player getting trapped and all, forcing the player to solve the destroy wall and find secret door puzzles. Previously, testers often missed that they can solve these problems. The level is now very different from the early designs.
Honestly, I'm really glad that they decided to... What the hell is that noise? Decided to go with, hey, we're going to focus on story and atmosphere, because honestly, it worked. Like, it really worked. Hello? I was holding that. Like, I guess. Libre Verteris. Well, I wasn't holding that one, so can't be mad. Woohoo! More oil! I'm just waiting until they start handing me laudanum. Yeah, exactly. I was holding that. How dare. Alright, I think... Hang on, let me do a quick loop and see if I've missed anything. Because we've got very different places with which to explore. Who the fuck knocks a door just off its hinges? That's just rude. I've been in here, you can tell, because I'm the world's worst poltergeist and just leave all the drawers open. Alright, I think these lead to the same place. That's the good news. Wow, that's a long haul. And, luckily, lit. Sorry, I just remembered something from a long time ago, and I don't know if anybody else is gonna remember the thing that I just remembered, but I'm just gonna acknowledge that my brain was just like, that thing that happened. Alright, these are also places that I've been. Need to pull the drawers open on this to see if there's anything in them. And I think we're about halfway down that hall. Lid. We're gonna go check out, we're just gonna check out all of the rooms on the side because I know for a fact there's a bajillion things that I can, hey! Oh, okay, it's locked. That I can pick up, and that's gonna be very useful. I was just in here. That's locked, so I'm gonna have to go through a different direction to get there. No, they really did a great job with sound design and also the concept of... excuse me. I'm talking here. Hey, this person is very, very rich and has ginormous paintings, because if anybody spends a lot of time at museums, they will know that these giant room-sized paintings, yeah, they're the real deal. That is a thing that happened. That is a thing that people had because they just had money and didn't know what to do with it. Well, I can't get through there. That's for sure. And it's just fascinating to me. Okay, rude.
When I started writing, I had only to outline the framework for the story and the first few levels in the game design document. So I ended up finalizing a lot of material for the first levels, and then when those were done, we planned out the last 2/3 or so. This had a funny effect since I had to not only cater to the story, but to stay true to the stuff I had written for the first levels. Usually you can go back and forth while writing and change things, but if you have already recorded voices, you really shouldn't because of the costs. So the first text really shaped the rest of the material in an interesting way, and made them matter in a way I hadn't thought about. I really like how this thickens the story elements as I am able to jump back into the material and keep using and reinforcing certain concepts. Agrippa is of course the most extreme effect of this method, which grew from a small reference to becoming one of the most important characters in the game.
I had forgotten about Agrippa, and now I have been reminded, and it is unnecessary. Thank you. I definitely just forgot that I was holding my lamp. I have 16 tinder boxes. Holy cow. Here. We'll light things up so that I can be the world's worst poltergeist. I just yeet. They were like, here, let me reward you for that by giving you even more things to throw. Like, thanks, man. Delineate imagines tabulatus. Floor plans. I mean, it's delineated images. I guess. Tabulate. Maps. Hey, hello? Dude, can you chill? Kingdom of Prussia. Central Prussia. Hey, it's a place that doesn't exist anymore. It's literally just where the German part of my ancestry comes from. Hang on, let me open these right quick. Gotta be the world's worst poltergeist, first and foremost. Heh. The fact that they keep rewarding me for that is... Ah, hello? Rude. That's not a letter. What are you doing?
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
This man really went, yeah, I know you saw a piece of paper, but I'm getting a flashback. Like, okay, man. You do you.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
I found a shiny rock.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Bro, where are you getting the shiny objects from? Literally, there's nothing here. Stop that. Also, I can appreciate the Lovecraftian implications. That is 10 out of 10. I can appreciate that. We got maps. We got lots of maps. Probably an unnecessary amount of... Ow! Maps. That's
Much of the castle is old.
right.
Has been tended to for centuries.
Ow.
When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble, and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
I would love it if the flashbacks could stop coming with putting the entire screen bright white directly in my face. That is actually painful. Oh. Well. Suppose I'm not going back that way. Let's go this way. Fragile but not breakable by hand. Alright, man. Give me a thing to pick up and throw. No, not get stuck. Come here. Yeet. Okay. I know that seems like it shouldn't be something I thought would work, but why the fuck did that work if the book didn't? That is not... Ow.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
I kind of want Alexander's voice actor... Ow! Come on. Voice actor to be a villain in more stories. Like, 10 out of 10. Alright, that should help me keep track of the things that are going on. Can I get that? Can I... Okay, you know what? Thanks. The fact that that worked. Yeah, seriously! The game's just like, hey, now you're playing CSGO and you got flashbanged. Like, damn, stop. Whew. Alstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Alstadt, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenburg. The quiet, forest-clad mountain, stressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be. Albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Hang on. Give that back. I have to go this way. There we go. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It's said that the soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. Oh my god, this is the grunts folklore! I didn't realize that we knew about the grunts beforehand. Alright. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside deep, damp burlap sacks dragged behind them which reveal their presence. Which dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Alstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for the remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. Thank you for the resub, Zaptin! 27 months, gosh, that is so long. Oh. Okay. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? So, apparently, Heinrich visited, but then also died 10 years later, and was never seen again. You know, it's fine. It's fine. The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Alstadt, and like most of those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular through his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the West over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. Irony being that that's accurate. Oh! Alright. So. This door is locked, which means we need to do the pull on the correct books. Okay, hang on. Okay, apparently I still had time. I didn't think I still had time. Cool. Look, if an object is shiny, that means I have to pull on it. It's important. I have a feeling I want to leave one of those closed, because I'm going to have to hide from a grunt sooner or later, and I'd rather have the ability to hide. World's worst poltergeist, leaving every single drawer open. Regarding closing of the wine cellar, Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brandenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave, or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both of my problems. This guy's such an asshole. Do you fucking mind? I'm so glad I now have the wine cellar key. And that someone flung that door open really dramatically. Like, do you mind? Bruh. Oh, hey. There's that door that was locked earlier. Cool. So, we're likely to... What? What am I supposed to be hearing? Where's the grunt? Side note, grunts are the actual worst. Like, ooh. Okay, we have to get back to the wine cellar, which is certainly doable via this direction and the other. Keep your ears open, as we are likely to run into said grunt. Bitch, I hear you. Where are you? Forget it. We're out of here. I'm just like, I hear this thing. I feel like that grunt doesn't actually exist, by the way. I feel like he is legitimately just... Do you mind? Ow, hey. Bitch? The hell? Can we jump over that? Yeet. Okay. Close enough. I feel like that grunt doesn't actually exist and is just a bunch of sound cues followed by particle effects. Like, if I'm being completely honest, I'm pretty sure that grunt doesn't exist. Haunted house employee grunt, oh my gosh. Yes! Sorry, I can't touch the patrons. Alright. Wine cellar. Let's go be a nuisance. Alright, alright. How do I use the key? How do I use the key? What button do you mean use? Oh, I have to double click. I'm a doofus, don't mind me. He's not a house elf. I can assure you house elves are much more helpful in concept. Okay.
A major design guideline for us was to give each level a unique theme, something that all puzzles, events, and the general atmosphere was built upon. This makes each level a little piece of the story and theme at large, and also gives them focus so the player is not distracted with too much information. The theme in this level is strange creatures that lurk in the castle. The player first spots them momentarily in archives, so now is the perfect place to build some fear. There is never any real threat in this level, but it's much darker than any before, and there's a constant pressure with boards creaking in the light. The flashbacks also give hints of where the strange creatures come from, making all events focused on the level's central theme.
It's just so well made. They really thought everything out, and I love that a lot. Why?
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Okay, can we please have something that I can light that isn't my lamp so that I can put the lamp down? No? Alright.
Hello, I'm Jens Nilsson, co-founder of Frictional Games. I work mainly with the sound, gameplay and event scripting in Amnesia. For my commentary in this game, I'll jump back and forth between the topics of sound, puzzle creation, and even talk about making this commentary.
Alright, we found the dude who does sound!
The basic structure of the earlier levels in the game has been built by me. I have not created the models or anything like that, but I have built the levels with the graphics from the artists using our level editor. This was the very reason for us to create the level editor, as it would allow for the whole team to work on levels, building them from scratch if so needed. For our previous Penumbra games, you could perhaps tweak a level a little bit, but making a whole level was the job for an artist and no one else. In the early days of the Amnesia project, the artists had their hands full with making graphics, and so I was the one building the levels. Looking at the levels now, a lot of things have changed and improved, but the base is still there. Showing that the idea to create the level editor was a sound one of the few things, in fact, with the Amnesia project that has not been scrapped, reworked or modified heavily.
Honestly, genius. I love it. Can I please have something to light besides me? Okay, thank you. What is this? Calamine. Ow, hey! Ow, hey! Dick move. Fucking I guess. Can't see for shit. Blew out the candle as soon as I lit it. Jerk move. Alright, bud. There you go. There's some light. You're fine. Have anything else in here? Like, you know, maybe some laudanum or... Ah! There we go. A tinderbox. That counts. I'll take it. Well, finding a way out of here is going to be a little more interesting than expected, but... Ooh-hoo! There's some oil in the barrel. There's some oil in the barrel, dear Liza, dear Liza. How am I supposed to get out of here? Like, what's the concept? Besides, I'm stuck. Which, appreciative, good concept, but not precisely, useful. Is there something behind that? No. There's cement walls behind those. Cool, cool. Why does this only light in one direction? That's not how torches work. Okay. Ah. We're gonna just wiggle the rock out of place, I see. Eat. Wiggle the rock out of place. Push. 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 I am clicking right mouse. The game does not like that. Yeet. Yeet. Can I please have this rock? Thanks very much. Come on. Keep it going. Everybody go. Come on. We're going. We're rolling. Just gotta get out of the way. I really like the texture on this wood. That's pretty cool. Well, that wasn't exactly what I was going for, but it works. Yeet. Come on. Keep going. There we go. Just keep going. Yeet. Cool. Ah! Bounced the door off my own face. Well, it's close enough. Ah! Well, that's only minimally terrifying, thanks. Ew. Ew. Grody. Ow! Bruh.
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
Ew. Ow. Come on, man. I am literally just trying to exist and now my eyes hurt. Not cool. World's worst poltergeist. That's me. Gross. Alright, some dudes exploded. Got it. Well, that's weird. We're gonna just move these out of the way, because I feel like I'm gonna need that. My name is Wilhelm, House of Garrick. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to the Castle Brennenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what the supposed Knight of the Order could want from me, and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of the contract was sordid, and the reason that I was chosen was because of the follies of my past, and not the honors I've been rewarded during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position with noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly, and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I've brought men, women, and children to Brennenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100, none of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight, the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine, and my men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I have done. I was weak and fell into his diabolic ways. My men are screaming their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes, and I can no longer... Come on. There's a spooky vent. Right here. Yeet. No? Alright. I guess. The rats are just like, dude, what the hell? Which... Same. So much of this game is just, dude, what the hell? Oh, green. Spooky. I'm gonna grab this and something bad's gonna happen. Do you mind? Thank you. Well, guess we know where the grunt's coming from. Time to move. Game, hey, if there's an enemy near, make sure to turn off your lamp. Well, at that point I ran out of oil, so I don't really have a choice, but sure. There we go. I'll go stand in that when I have a second. Laudanum? Laudanum! Oh, fuck. Look, there's a grunt. Did you just slam that door from across the... Excuse me? I feel like this should count as light. I don't think it does, but I feel like it should. Alright, bud, you still over here? I'm standing in the light. Find your chill. Refill my lamp. If one door closes and another door opens, your house is probably haunted. You aren't wrong. My brain is not having it. My brain's just like, ah! Ah! Which, buddy, fair enough. Do you need more light? Do you need to chill? Okay, well I guess we're dealing with wiggly existence for now. Anything up there? There's literally nothing up there. You're being a big baby, bud. What the hell was that noise? Time to close doors behind us, because we don't want to fuck with grunts. Aha, I was right. It's the door that was locked. Tinderbox. Making progress, making progress. Buddy, can you maybe chill with the panting? Like, you're good, bro. I promise. Orpiment. Cool. Let us return to the laboratory. Did I open that door? Yes. Okay. Back to the lab. The fact that I would have to run to catch up with that grunt is so funny. Like, there's no actual danger. Well, you're not wrong. Ooh, crunchy. My joints are just like, ooh. Like, thanks, bro. Scrunch. Damn, alright, chill. Gross. Ow. Ah, shit, I have to go through here. Alright, fine. Oof, I feel like there might be a weather change coming. My head hurts. Alright, this way. That was the one on particles. This is the one on how there was more than one laboratory, but then there wasn't. Which means I am at least vaguely in the right direction. Okay, can we light whatever's... Oh, there. 1. 2. It might be the bright flashy light on my screen. You aren't wrong. Is the water monster? Is the water monster angry? Because, like, fair enough, man. Yeet. Wait, what do you mean no object to use item on? It's right there. Alright. Circular motion. Wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yoink. What's that? And also, why are things making creaky noises? Stop that. Crap, where am I supposed to go next? I have already forgotten where I'm supposed to go next. Doing a great job. Hey! I was using that. Well, that makes my life more difficult. For really no reason, let's be honest. Is this open now? No. How am I supposed to... Not cool, dudes. Oh wait, is this the part where I have to go into where the water monster is? Because I hope it's not. The water monster's obnoxious. I have a feeling it is, though. Can I move this? Or just jump? No. How am I supposed to go? Did I already open this? When you're the world's worst poltergeist and can't remember if you've already opened something. Oh, hey. Oh, ow. God. One day, I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Okay, that's cool, but that light is really fucking bright, my man. Ow. Alright, now we figure out where we're supposed to be going. Let's see. Can I move the rocks? No? Where am I supposed to be going? Move these rocks? No. Is it this stuff that I'm supposed to move? Oh, I see. Come on. I like how it just puts it into place. Like, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Back in the entrance hall. Gross. Ow. Also, ow. Ow! Not cool, dude. Alright, did that break open this door? Yep. Alright, sweet. So, I'm going to save and exit. I know it's only been an hour 17. I'm sorry, everyone. The bright lights are absolutely killing me. Like, oh, I'm gonna go take some migraine meds and have a lie down because that hurt. Like, that actually hurt. So, I will return on Monday. We will continue Amnesia: The Dark Descent. We will utilize the acid that we have made, and we'll go from there. I will see everybody on Monday. Bye!